Hi, I'm Sheila. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about Mel Robbins' 5-second rule and how we can use that to get to that healthy and fit lifestyle that we've been trying to get to, but we haven't been able to do it. We haven't been able to incorporate the changes that we need to make in our lives. And I'm also going to show you what I'm having for breakfast. What am I having for breakfast? I've got some chobani yogurt, and this is just the Greek yogurt blended with vanilla. And it is, I think, about 110 calories. Just one of the small containers you can get anyway. I do like the vanilla because it adds a little bit more flavor to it than just the plain yogurt. And then I've got the PB2 powdered peanut butter, which says it's 85% less fat calories than traditional peanut butter. So I'm trying to cut down on the fat, still get the peanut butter flavor, still get the protein. So yeah, so you can see there. Two tablespoons, 50 calories of that. And then I've just got some Quaker oats. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about that. I am thinking about trying gluten-free oats, so at some point in time I'm gonna try that. So as I'm talking about Mel Robbins, you know, it's very interesting what she's talking about. She's talking about how you can use 5 seconds to sort of reframe your thinking so that you can start to change some of your habits. And it's actually based on science, some sort of neurological study that was done. And so you've got 5 seconds, you're gonna change your life, right? I know you're like, Sheila, look, we've heard all these tricks and things before, and is that really gonna work? But here's the deal. So many times we're doing all this self-talk, right? We're like, oh, I'm gonna start doing this, I'm gonna start doing that, or I want to do this and I want to do that. You know, I wanna lose weight, or I wanna drink more water, or I wanna run a marathon, or I want to take a pole class. And then fear sets in, anxiety, worry. We start to self-talk ourselves out of doing these things, right? Out of making these changes. And so we're trying to be healthy and fit, like eating yogurt or whatever it is you're having for breakfast. We're trying to be healthy and fit. We're trying to make these changes, but then there's all this thinking that's going on in our heads that's keeping us from doing what we really truly need to do. And a lot of times we blame ourselves, and then that makes it even worse because we're like, oh, why am I not this person who can make these changes? I'm not strong enough. And we start to put ourselves down. And so really what she is really talking about, and I'll try to put her video in the description so that you can go back and look at the whole video. It's about 12 minutes, but you know, she's really talking about how to reset your brain when it comes to how you think about things. And I'm talking about it in terms of healthy and fit lifestyle, how you want to live your life so that you're healthier and fit. And really what she talks about is taking a moment to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that it actually interrupts that thinking. So all that bad self-talk you got going on, all of a sudden that stops because you're focusing on counting, right? I got to count backwards. So all of that has to stop. You've interrupted that kind of thinking, and so immediately you have changed the way your brain is functioning, because now you're no longer engaging in self-talk, you're no longer thinking and overthinking, you're counting. And so you're having to count, and you're having to count backwards, and that's what you're thinking about. And so you interrupt that whole pattern of thought, and it gives your mind the opportunity to reset. And so that's what she's talking about in her video that I really wanted you to check out. And so I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to tell you about how much I'm going to put in there. Let me grab a spoon. So usually I just put maybe 1 heaping teaspoon in there. And that's all I'm going to do with that. And we're going to mix that really well. I like to get it mixed really well before I add my oats, because yeah, I don't like it like mush. I like to be able to actually feel like I'm chewing the oats, like it's still sort of separate from the actual peanut butter flavored yogurt, because at this time now it's it's not necessarily vanilla anymore. It's more like peanut butter flavor. So I mix that up really well so that it's all nice and creamy. All right, so let's get back to Mel Robbins. So this whole sort of 5-second rule gives you an opportunity to move from thinking to actually doing. So now you're counting down to this thing that you want to do. So whatever that healthy and fit lifestyle thing is that you want to do, start counting, re-engage your brain in a whole different way, and then you'll be ready to move forward to do something different. And so she talks about moving from this place of like thinking to this place of action. Like that's where we want to go. This bias, right now we have this bias toward thinking, like all the self-talk, all the negative talk, all the negative thoughts that come in that keep us from doing what we want to do. And we want to move toward a bias toward action. And so that's really what she's talking about. Okay, now I don't really focus on how much oats I'm putting in here, and actually I'm almost out, thankfully. We got some more, but I don't try to put too many because it is a lot of carbs, and so I do try to watch what I'm putting in there, but I do like to be able to have some oats in like every spoonful. So I'm thinking of it more as sort of a topping, but I'm getting in my fiber. So I've got protein both in the yogurt and in the powder, and then I'm getting in some fiber, and then it's in with the carbs too, so that makes it a little bit better. So as I finish up here with talking about Mel Robbins and her 5-second rule, the other thing that I want you to take away from this is habit. This is how you start to form a habit toward doing more action, because now you can take this sort of 5-second rule, and I really want you to go look at her video, because I'm not, I'm giving you like just the tidbits to get you thinking about, hey, maybe I should go check this out. You should definitely go check this out. But once you start to incorporate that 5-second rule like all the time, you'll start to do more action, and you'll start to form better habits. And so as you're like trying to figure out all the healthy and fit lifestyle things that you want to do, the changes that you want to make, and really we want to start slowly with like, 1 or 2 small changes at a time. But you start to develop habits, and you get better at like bringing in that 5-second rule and making those changes that you need to make. So let me sort of check this out, and I'm not gonna eat with this huge spoon. I'm gonna get rid of that, guys. That's just like, no. So really, it's just mine. So let's check this out. So I'm just like, so definitely check out Mel's video on the 5-second rule, and think about some changes that you want to incorporate in your lifestyle, and when you might be able to use a 5-second rule to sort of help you out. And I myself have a couple of things that I want to work on. Part of it is I can't remember to use the 5-second rule, and so I'm hoping that this will help me. I'm doing a video on it, so hopefully it will help me sort of move toward incorporating that more into my life too. And if you try it out, I'd love to hear your comments and your thoughts. If you've already tried it out, I'd love to hear your comments and your thoughts about how you applied it and whether or not you thought it was very helpful. So that wraps up this video. Don't forget to check out my other videos, and there is more to come. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check back in so that you don't miss a thing.